This episode, we have the beautiful Vanna Love again, and she is going to be telling her story, and I am more than anxious to hear it. But before we start off, I do not have no shout outs, but I do have some announcements. All right, so first announcement is I have 2 more slots available for the Black Parade and Poetry event, which I am having in honor of those who lost their lives to law enforcement, February 7th, 2021. If you know a poet or if you are interested in being a poet, I do have 2 slots left. Please message me or email me, ACL Productions. What is it? ACL Productions at gmail.com. Or you can just, if you know me, have my information, you can just inbox me on Facebook. Another announcement is ACL Productions would love for you to donate whatever you can. Donate. You are just getting the company one step closer to our goals, and that is to open up a center. So let's get that going. I'm going to get more details another day about that. But I want to get to Miss Vanna. I love her name, y'all. Vanna. I don't know. It's just, I'm a goofy person. Don't mind me. But Vanna is going to tell her story, okay? But I do want to ask Vanna one question. By her being in the, entertainment industry, would the recent effects, will it mess with you far as entertainment wise, with him putting a curfew starting with today for the 13th or 13, 14 days or whatever?
Yeah. I don't really think so, just because everything that I do is online regardless.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't really perform yet, so it doesn't really make a difference, like, you know what I mean? And if I do perform, it could be on live. But I feel like it does kind of, I don't know, because it kind of messes with opportunities, right? Like going out and doing things, but
yeah, probably networking late night,
yeah,
and because
exactly.
but a lot of people are starting to have those day parties where people come from like 5 to 7 or
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
4 to 9. So I guess it ain't really stopping no show, huh?
Right. Guess it's just how you see it and how you go about it.
Yeah, of course. All right, Miss Lady. So the floor is up to you.
Okay.
Start from where we want to start at and take it away.
All right. Where did it start? Okay.
Start off about how you guys met.
Okay, so we met in like a very basic way. I think how most people meet nowadays is on Facebook. Wow. Oh. Facebook. So I had just gotten a few months. It was like I had just gotten out of like another relationship. And I was kind of like looking for a best friend, somebody to like kind of distract my mind. And I don't know, it kind of happened in a weird way because I commented under one of his posts, and then he was like, "Do you want attention?" in my PM. So that's how it started. The very basic, online thing. And actually like stayed online because he's from Cleveland. Okay. He's from here. So it wasn't like he wasn't. And I knew his sister and whatever. And so certain situations happened in his life where he had to move. And so I was like, okay, I'll just stay best friends because we weren't together. So I was like, it wouldn't impact us anyways, if he did move. So he moved away, and what is it called? We continued to talk. It was like a few months into us talking. We got together, obviously. It became more because, if you're talking for so long, right. I think you do end up developing feelings for each other. Of feelings, right? Yeah. So I was kind of scared because I was like, long distance thing. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I tried it. So I was like, yeah.
And that was your first long distance?
Yeah. Like at least like serious, because obviously like I would talk to people, but it wouldn't be anything like serious. But this was a person like I actually wanted to like see and like end up being with. But like I said, we were cool the first couple months. We would laugh all the time, talk on the phone. We would always FaceTime too, and like keep each other company basically. And his situation got worse for him. So I would sympathize with him, be like, it's okay, like, be there for him and whatever. And like I said, when we got together, that's when things start to like kind of fall, because
Oh.
I think it was like a more like I don't want to say ownership thing, but it was like he became more possessive of me.
Once
So
y'all made it official.
yeah. So I feel like that's where all the trouble started.
Okay.
So I felt like we should have just kept it as friends, because it wasn't like anything serious. But it was like 5 months, maybe 6 months in, and it was okay. And then he just started to like act kind of weird. It was like he was nice at first and like very loving and caring, and like I said, it was like as the months went on, it was like less and less and less and less effort put in. And so he had an ex girlfriend, and yeah, so that's the tea, okay?
Gosh.
So he had an ex girlfriend, and I was like, "Are you over her?" And he would basically tell me, like, "Yeah, I'm over her," the old, "I'm over her, but you're not," because it was his
Of
first
course.
love. So I was like, okay, well, obviously he hadn't been with me in person yet, so it wasn't like he could grow that like personal connection that a person could grow in person. Um, so I felt like that was like not a benefit in like the relationship. So I only knew him
So
with
you
words.
felt like that's how she had like one leg up?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And like I said, it's different when you know a person
Right.
in person, because there's so much more that you can experience, I guess, because on the phone it's just words and a face.
Correct.
So I had to learn that the hard way, obviously. But yeah, it was like several times where I would see things that were off, like I said in the previous video, and like he would say I'm crazy or I'm lying or whatever the case may be. Or I would explain to him like my last relationship. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm not him, so don't compare me to him,"
It ended up being
So
just like him.
yeah. So it would go like that, and it was like a cycle, like an endless cycle of me bringing up something and he'd shut it down, bring it up again, shut it down, bring it up, shut it down. So I got tired of it, and I did my FBI research. I was looking. Obviously, don't look, guys, because that's how you get your feelings hurt. Just don't look. Just don't look.
I'm still looking.
Because that's how you get your feelings hurt. But then I figured like two and two are not adding up. Like what's going on here? And I would give him like money for food. I would send him like money because, like I said, he like needed help, and emotionally he wasn't really there for me. Like I would be there for him. I remember he would like call me like, "Hey, this is going on," and I would stay there for hours. And I had like a personal, obviously I had my music, I had other things to do, but I would
Right.
stop all that. I would pause
Just
all
for
that
him.
just for him, because I care. And so yeah, and at the end of the day it would always come back negative towards me.
I'm gonna say now, okay. So you would stop doing, you would be in the middle of doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
doing you,
Uh-huh.
and you would stop everything,
Mhm.
everything,
Yep.
just to be with him.
Yeah.
Was it, okay, I got two questions.
Mhm.
Would he get upset in any type of way if you did not stop doing what you was doing and continue, and then be like, all right, hold on, like, okay, let me finish this first, and then I'm coming to
Oh
you?
yeah. Uh-huh.
And then the second question is, I'll come back to it because I forgot that.
I can tell.
I'm like, oh.
No, but like yeah, it was like if I wouldn't be right there for him directly, he would get mad at me, or like he would be like, "Oh, well, that's more important than me. Your family's more important than me. Like your music career is more important than me." And I'd be like, no, like, "Yes, but like
You don't want to
I
tell
don't want
him
to
that.
yeah.
Like it is, but I want to tell you that because I know how you're going to react.
So I would always be like, and like I feel like a middle ground, because it was like I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't have confidence to say like, hey, this is what I want to do. Like, don't, what is that called? Like, you're not gonna stop me from doing that, basically. But yeah, he would like tell me that doing music or even just like hanging out with family was bad. Like he would put it in my head that like those things were selfish to do.
And so he basically was stopping you from trying to pursue your dreams so you can be up under him.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because you don't realize that at the time that that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I was that blinded to see that you was, you would make a big deal about me doing this, me doing that. If you love me, if you want to be with me, you will support it, not try to turn it down. But when we in that situation, we know better now.
Yeah.
You
now
know.
we do.
But man.
Yeah, it was like the toughest decision to make too, because I would even like I remember, I'll never forget this time where I made him a song, and I sent it to him. Like I made him a song, and I don't know how much more deep you wanted to get. Like, I literally made a song for you, and I sent it to him, and he was like, I don't want to listen to it. I was like, you're kidding. Like, I just spent all this time. I spent all this, like, effort making this song.
My energy, my time.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't want to listen to it. And I was like, all right, like, I guess. But it was a thing where he, like, didn't want anything to be, like, interfering with, I guess, us. Because it's like I said, anytime that I told him about something myself, or a problem I had, or a situation, or even like something that I had good going for myself, if it wasn't about him, it was, he didn't want to talk about it,
Now, I remember my question. When certain situations like that happen, where did your mindset go? Like, was it like, oh my goodness, should I drop everything for him? If I don't drop everything, is he gonna start talking to his ex? Like, what's
that's exactly where it went. That's funny, because that's exactly, because it was like I said, it was like he knew how to hold me down. He knew what was like my weak parts. He knew exactly what to pick at, to keep me like held back. And I feel like he knew that I was very family oriented. He knew that I was very into my music, because he also knew that it was very therapeutic to me. You know what I mean? And so I felt like, because I was away from my therapy for so long, that's when I started like snapping more, or I feel like that's just where the problem began, because you can't take away everything that I have going because you're miserable and you're not doing anything for yourself. I think that's very unfair.
I was just about to say, like, he probably didn't have nothing going for himself. Me, I'm the type of person that I would, basically same situation. But I would try to find him something, that I feel like, okay, maybe you're good at this, maybe you're good at that, just to get him off my back so I can do what I want to do. Not necessarily what I want to, but pursue and be me. And it was like he would always find a reason or an excuse to why he couldn't do it, or it was a problem, or I had to fund it. Like, come on.
I feel like, because he liked like video games, and he would go live stream on YouTube, and like to kind of like, I would support him in that, but he couldn't support me on the little things. Like, he would go live and he'd be like, hey, come watch me. So I'll go watch him. I would spend like a whole hour on YouTube watching him, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'll get off.
You can't listen to one song
right
that I wrote about you.
Which is so crazy to me, because it's not just benefiting me. Like, obviously, if we would be together, it would benefit you. Right. So, like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to see your significant other do good. But I think it's also, like, a jealous thing.
Of course.
I feel like it's not just what it always seems. I feel like it's sometimes deeper than that. So, but I remember I, like, kept at it, and little did he know I was making songs about him. So, but not in the best way anymore. It was more like a therapy to get away from that situation. So yeah, like,
it's like before it's over, you start making a game plan to, okay, I'm gonna do this, because that's what I was doing. And I usually tell him everything, but I was not telling him that I was, because I was trying to save up my money. Because he was the reason why I didn't have a car, because he wrecked my car. And he tried to keep me, so he knew if I had a car, I could just get up and go. He don't know, what I'm saying, where I'm at, what I'm doing. Right. I used to go down to my mom's house or something, and without me having a vehicle, he felt like he had me right where he wanted me. I can't do nothing. I'm getting on the bus. You know, I have to get on the bus, or I have to rely on his people, because my mom and them, they weren't coming out there to the west side to come get me. You know, but
and he probably knew that too.
yeah, he knew that. He knew that. So they, you know, you have to like after a while, and after you know, wake up and you realize what's going on, you just gotta start making that game plan to get out and, you know, get yourself, you know, together and secure.
Situated.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I think anybody will detach themselves mentally before anything, before even saying anything. Like, it could be, I don't know, months before, and that person was detached from you already. They just weren't showing signs. Like, first goes the mind, then goes the body. That's what people always say. But that's exactly how it went for me. And then he started like threatening that, like, if I didn't do this or do that, like, he would do something to my family. And that's when it got like, no, nope. And so yeah, like, I just remember going off on him when he said that. And then when I started like pushing more against like what he would say or like do, he would say that, like, I need to stay in my place and be a woman and not talk. And he was like, this is why a woman da 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 da. I'm like, because I'm speaking up for myself.
Right.
I'm like, excuse my language, can I cuss on here? I'm a B word, yeah. because like because I'm confident now. You want to say that I'm a mean person? Like, that doesn't make sense. It's it's what he wants it to seem like.
It's, you know, it's typical. You know. Yeah. When they get mad, that's the first thing they say. That's why, don't make me mad no more. Okay, that's all you got?
Right.
Okay. Sorry you feel that way. If you feel that way, then why argue with me? If I'm all of those things, just leave me alone.
Right.
Why argue with me? If I'm a 304 or you know, EOTch.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And it never has, especially like towards the end. Or no, it was like maybe 2 months before we broke it off, he started to see that I was like over it, basically. Like the little games, I was like catching on. I remember like his ex commented under his post, and that's how I knew, because I was like, it's out in the open now. Like, what are you talking about? You can't deny it. So obviously he was still trying to deny it, but.
So once he felt like you were starting to detach, was he trying to like reel you back in and try to be like more sweeter?
Yeah. Yep. And that's why I told you, like, that week that I like took off, I guess, from him, he would he was like blowing up my phone. He was like listening to my music now. All of a sudden you want to like support me, and
now you want to listen to the song.
Yep. And I was like, no, exactly. Now you want to listen to it, but I deleted it so you can't. But it was just funny because I knew in my head too, like, if I do stay, it's just gonna go right back to where we were. So
that's good.
Yeah, like that week gave me like a lot of like realization that I needed to end it. Like, I need to end this for myself, my family, and even for my future career, because I'm not trying to be held down by no man. That's just not the move.
Like, you should be right on, you know, we should be inside. That's how I feel for everything. I don't think nobody should be in front of nobody or in back. Y'all couple, y'all should be boom right there.
Right.
I support you, you support me. You know, that's that's a big thing, you know, especially with me when it comes to dating. You know, I throw little things out there, and depending on their, you know, the reaction, I know, like, okay, well, they really don't give a shit. This person's more interested, like, oh yeah, well, what do you know, asking questions, being more engaged instead of like, oh, okay.
Right. It's like, you're my partner. You should want to be involved.
Yeah, if somebody's telling me, oh, I'm about to do this, do that, I'm gonna ask questions like, oh, for real? Like, well, what this, you know, I'm gonna be interested. You know, I'm gonna wanna, maybe we can do it, you know, together.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But you know, some don't have that mindset.
They don't.
Some getting jealous when you just get just even a little bit ahead. And like you said, it all starts with self, because they don't got their self together. They feel like, you know, it's something within you know, them. And I feel like it's sad. You know, to a you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. It's, you know,
it's sad to see somebody who has no ambition, no goals, no drive, because it's like when you're with a person, that person should inspire you, not make you feel threatened. And I feel like that's the thing, like men or women feel threatened when their significant other, maybe anybody, is doing better than them because they feel like it's competition when it's not.
It's not.
You should feel inspired and you should want to go get even more than me. I would hope, that you would want more. Like, if I'm in a relationship with you and I am further, per se, which I'm probably not, we're just different. We're different people, have different goals, so it doesn't necessarily mean I'm further than you,
Right.
But I feel like if, let's say, my boyfriend's doing good, I actually do get inspired by that, because it's like I want to be on your level or more, and I want to strive for more, because that's what a relationship is about, right? Going to the top together. Right. It's not like building I'm each dragging other up. You down and then you're dragging me down.
Right, like, no, I'm going to drag you down a little bit so I can get up here.
Right, like it doesn't make any sense. So I just feel like that's important. You know what I mean? But it wasn't any of that. It was, I think, neglect, a lot of neglect in certain areas, and not wanting to take responsibility of his words, actions, or anything.
Now, did the girlfriend stay where he stayed at?
No, which is weird, right? You would think like he would want to, I don't know, be with somebody over there, or that was another thing too. It was like a trust thing where he didn't trust me because he wasn't here.
That means he was doing something.
Yeah, like I would hang out with our friends, which we would make music together all the time, which they're like brothers to me. They have girlfriends of their own, and he would always be, oh, there's something going on between you and this person, and I'm like, dude, we hang out. Like, there's nothing like more to it. Like, we make music. He goes home. I'm with my brother anyways, so like I don't know what's the issue. I don't know what's the problem with you anyways. I feel like it was him making up scenarios in his own head, which I'm guilty of too. But you gotta, like I said, think. You gotta think before you speak, because once you speak, you can't take that back.
You can't take that
and
back.
It creates like
you can
problems.
try to correct it or sugarcoat it, but it's still
what it was said. Yeah. So yeah, he would do that, or I couldn't have any guy friends, but he had female friends, and he could have, like, I can even talk to my cousins. How ridiculous does that sound? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go with my cousin. No, that's foolishness.
That ain't your cousin.
Right, exactly. Actually, yeah. I'm like, are you serious?
Believe me, I know. That ain't your real cousin.
Yeah.
Now how you gonna tell me who my blood and who not my blood? Like, come on now. You been in my life how long?
For months. You don't know me. You really, he really does. That's why I say you really don't know a person. Because, like, a person could portray themselves in any way they want to through a keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
And through a screen. But knowing them in person is a lot different, because you see things that they probably wouldn't want you to see. And, but back to the female, like I said, I knew because he wouldn't be as involved. Like I said, at first, like when we first got together, he was always, what are you doing? Like, how's the music going? That's how I knew, because like I said, he would be more withdrawn from certain things, and like he called me less. He did certain things where I was like, come on, you're not on the game all day. Okay, maybe, but that would mean you have an addiction problem with your game. But when he got back to Cleveland, he called me. He was like, I'm coming back home and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I was so excited. And then he goes, I'm breaking up with you. Like right when he got here. He was like, I'm breaking up with you. I was like, why? And he was like, it's just not working out. Or he would like make excuses. Right. Okay. And I was like, okay then. And I like ended it. I was like, what more can I say? Actually, you did me a favor, because I wanted to break up with him. But I mean, he held me down. So I was like, all right. I cried, obviously. I was like, butthurt. I was like, like he left me. And then like it was like the next day I seen that he was hanging out with his ex.
Wow.
So I was like so hurt. Like I remember crying. I cried so much, not because of the relationship, but at the betrayal and like the like why? Just like why? Like why?
You just wasted my time.
Yeah, like you wasted almost a year. Not only that, but like I spent so much money and like things that I could have done good with, like my music career too. Like it took me almost a year to get out of that, and then jump right back into like it's like so much progress I could have made,
right?
And now it's like I couldn't, but I learned a valuable lesson. And so, but yeah, this is the funny part. So he gets back here, And I'm like, okay, fine. I left him. I'm the type where if we break up, I'm not gonna talk to you. Like, there's no business talking to you no more. Like, what do we have to talk about? Like,
Right.
nothing. So, what is it called? She started hanging out with him. They got a place together, and this is the funny part.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's sad, but at the same time, like, God has his way with people who do bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to necessarily do anything. You just have to like sit back and do good for yourself. But they got a place together. Then she kicked him out. She kicked him out and then put like a restriction like order on him.
Really?
And I was like, that's how you know
That what
I'm
you
not the
get?
problem.
Right.
Okay. And so yeah, just like don't treat anybody that treats you like don't bite the hand that feeds you basically. Like I just feel so sad for people who treat people that actually love them and care for them like crap, you know? Cuz he would also use the excuse, "Oh, I'm going through this," or "I never had love in my life." But it's like the times that you do have love, wouldn't you want to cherish that more? And like, you know,
Right.
I never understood that, but hey.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, and then after that's when I met my boyfriend, and we're doing great now.
Okay.
So
And he thought he was about to live it up.
yeah, he thought
thought
probably like he was probably like, "Yep, that was a good decision," and then it just slapped him right back in the face. Like, hey,
Now, do you feel like you would have like second guessed yourself or felt bad if you would have dumped him instead of him dumping you? Because I mean, I know you said it was kind of like almost on the rocks anyway, but it's like he beat you to it.
yeah.
Did you like,
Right. I was like, how you gonna break up with me? Should it be backwards? I was good to you. But I did like, I mean, obviously I was going to after that week especially came like so much came to my mind where I'm like, wow, I ignored that. It just started making me angry because I'm like, I let you get away with so much. Like I should have realized that a while ago, but I didn't because I was blinded. But I don't really feel like I would have regretted it because when we did break it off, I was at so much peace. Like obviously I cried.
man, that that feeling.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the feeling is just like. I was listening to what was out back then, Destiny Child. You know that, and they had a song called "Free."
Mm-hmm.
I put that on repeat, and I just listened to that. I got chills in my body. That was my song because that's how I was feeling, free. I was just like,
it's like bricks are taken
Man.
off of your back, right?
and it was like once he was that feeling. He tried to stalk me for a while. You know, I go out and he'll be hiding behind a bush or something like that.
What?
And it wasn't like, I don't know, it was like a certain type of hold that he had on me. It wasn't there. So I was able to, face him like, I don't want to talk to you, get out of here, blah, blah, blah. But I'm still a nice person. So it takes me a lot to really flip out on somebody, unless it has something to do, of course, with my kids or my immediate family.
Right.
But I'm still just trying to tell him like, go on somewhere. I don't want to, talk to you, blah blah blah. And he just like he didn't like understand it. So I kind of just like hopped into something just to
get away.
Yeah, to get him there to just like because he won't mess with me. It's like, nah, see, I'm with somebody, so leave me alone.
Yeah, yeah. And, oh yeah, I got you.
So.
And it's funny that you say that because after I got into like my current relationship, he texted me, my ex, and he goes, "So you could put him in your bio, but you couldn't put me." I was like,
Boy,
it's over.
Bye.
It's a month later. Get away. Like, what do you want?
Like, why?
Right.
Lose my number.
Right. And so like
that?
I didn't even reply. I was just like, I showed my boyfriend, I'm like, look at this fool. Like, I was like, what a crazy person, But
that don't make no sense.
it does. It does. Like, how you want me now? Like, I feel like guys want you when it's over.
Because he got kicked out and he back to square one, and he feel like, well, I did break it off with her, so let me see if,
she will want me back.
Yeah,
maybe.
she will want me back. Because technically she didn't break it off with me, so maybe she still wants me. That's probably the type of, things that he had in the back of his mind or whatever. But you shut that down quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I did. I was over it.
Okay, all right. Well, I know last time you gave words of advice. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Um, just don't settle again. Don't do
Okay.
online
All
unless you
right.
know them.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you, Vanna, for being a guest. Remember, guys, learn how to control the triggers. Don't let the triggers control you. I will see you in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Rank you a proper girl, I'm not gon' tease you. She balls it with a sweat like a diva. Follow my lead, girl, I'm not gon' mislead